What up, everybody? We are here to give you our exclusive review. Our review, a spoiler review of Batman
Doom to Gotham.
Yeah, dude, the Doom that came to Gotham. Yeah. I mean, it's. I don't like the title.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Batman Doom.
Batman. Well, there's a different show.
Yeah. Justice League Doom.
yeah. So it's not Batman Doom.
Yeah.
But Batman Doom, the Doom that came to Gotham.
Yes.
This is based off, I guess, a comic book.
A weird one at that. It's Elseworlds.
Something like that.
DC
Elseworlds. It had to be Elseworlds because a lot of the characters were repurposed for it, like Harvey Dent and Poison Ivy.
A lot of stuff was weird in this.
It was kind of weird, and it got weirder.
If you're into these comics, cool, but man, it was so strange for me.
Yeah.
It was my first exposure was this.
What?
This comic. This animation, this film.
Okay.
So
it's just it was a weird show. It started off with the Penguin, naked in the snow, and he had like a rash, and that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was really weird, man. It was just strange. Yeah, there you go, perfect.
Here
Pull it up.
Here it is. Pulling it up now. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah,
I didn't expect that.
We paid for those. We paid for that graphic.
I didn't expect
So anyway,
that to happen.
so here he is naked with his penguins, and he's got like this funky rash on him and stuff, and it's like, okay, that's weird.
Very weird thing because I don't know, all the characters
and the penguins are all sort of mutant penguins.
Man, they were really reintroducing a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
Like, this is Poison Ivy. This is
this is how Poison Ivy came about. Yeah, this is what happens to Harvey Dent, and somehow he's still Two-Faced, but not really. It's kind of weird. It's just a weird, weird show.
I was surprised that the first guy wasn't Mr. Freeze. With all the cold shit, I was like,
I didn't know. I thought he was going to be Icicle. I thought he was going to be Icicle, and I was like, oh, okay, well, there you go. But no, that didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, you had Talia in here and
Raish.
Which
Raish turned out to be like Cthulhu or something. It was so strange.
Yeah,
they went all out with the dark magic or satanic magic or whatever.
Yeah, it was all these. You had all the pentagram things, circles on the ground.
It's
all
like
that kind
Constantine.
Of stuff.
Batman.
It was kind of like Justice League Dark, but without Justice League Dark, just Batman.
Yeah.
But you had what's his name? Not Brother Blood, but you had Etrigan, and he was in there, and it was funny.
He wasn't rhyming.
He did rhyme.
Well, yeah,
he did rhyme
towards the end.
He did rhyme. That's not it.
That's not it.
And this one's weird. This was Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, Barbara having power. She's
in Arkham Asylum, and she like spoke through this weird wheelchair, and somehow she was calling the Wayne Manor. Like I guess they let her have a phone.
She's a psychic oracle.
Something strange.
Something I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know. It was like, okay, whatever. Oh, and here you have Oliver Queen and Harvey Dent.
He was more of a knight,
and they're all old chums.
Yeah. They're best friends.
They're best friends. They grew up together.
Well, it's because like the families in the beginning, I guess, made a deal or something, and it just.
Well, yeah, it was that they all had, and it was they were all pilgrims. And so was Oswald Cobblepot. He was there,
and he had nothing to do with this shit though.
He had nothing to do with it.
We just saw him. That was it.
Yeah, it was like, oh well, Batman. For some reason, Bruce Wayne has a boat, and we're gonna put. Thank you. And we're gonna put. Great cat. We're gonna put the.
God, this is really bothering me. Hold on, because the levels are just. There we go. Let's try that.
Let's try that. Okay. Well, anyway, we're working here. So you had Oliver Queen, who wasn't really Green Arrow. He's sort of like Green Knight, because he was, he had a sword and he had his
Green Knight, but he still had the bow and arrow.
He had a bow and arrow.
He was a knight,
but the one who used the bow and arrow, the one who used it properly was, of course, Batman. And then, and in some weird, sort of way, Batman actually became Man-Bat. That's not it. Well, there they are. Here, there they are. Okay, so you got Dick Grayson, who wasn't Robin or Nightwing.
They love killing Nightwing.
Well, he wasn't Nightwing. He was just Dick Grayson.
They love killing Dick Grayson.
And then they had their friend who was
Sanjay Todd.
Sanjay Todd, and I was like, oh, okay, so they're just making him Todd, but not Jason Todd. That was kind of weird. I was
relation.
Okay. No relation. And then they had this girl, which we're like, okay, is she Katana? Is that what they're gonna do here? And no, she's some rando, and I'm sorry, but you got Alfred and Bruce and 3 kids
Lucius.
on a boat.
Yeah.
On a boat. In the Antarctic or in the Arctic. I think they're in the Antarctic.
I think they said
and yeah, why? And then what's his name?
Tracking down
Bruce was saying, yeah, hey, you know what? Haven't been to Gotham in 20 years. I'm like, dude, all these people here, the kids, they're younger than 20 years. So where'd you pick them up from? They haven't been with you that long.
They're from different parts of the nation. That's why we have Sanji Todd.
Well, even Grayson had to have been like super young.
Yeah.
You know, like early 20s, you know, and then what, if you've been away from Gotham for 20 years, I guess when he was a Flying Grayson, he was a toddler. I don't get it. It's weird. So that was kind of odd.
It's weird.
It's weird. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's the poster.
There's a poster. Yeah. I would. We'll talk about whether or not you should.
Our images.
Oh, there's the lady. We're just going off of the website.
Yeah.
We didn't screen cap
it's
any
not,
of this.
We didn't create this slideshow.
No. So there's Gordon, who looks like Gordon.
Yeah.
He looks like and acts like Commissioner Gordon. I'm like, okay, that's just
right.
right.
Well, Alfred looked just like how he does in every.
Alfred
animation.
he looked normal as well.
Yeah, Alfred looked like just how he did in the Batman animated series.
And there's nothing wrong with Bruce.
Get rid of that.
That's just weird, right there. The way the Penguin looks. That's just. We thought that this guy.
I thought it was Killer Croc.
But apparently he's not, and
he's just.
We don't know what he is.
Another demon.
So. I thought this guy was Icicle.
I thought he was Mr. Freeze.
As it turns out, he's not.
He's nobody.
He's nobody, and it doesn't really matter. And they took him on their ship for some reason. Like, keep it contained and keep that big creature under wraps. But let's take this infected dude back to Gotham because it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like that's not what Bruce would do, but that's kind of dumb. And no, we don't care about that. There's Talia. Yeah, she was pretty boss. She did a lot more than. Oh, I guess that's it. She did a lot more.
Oh yeah, 10 images.
She did a lot more than Raish.
Oh, we could get that.
Okay. And that's not the review, but that's the end of the photo. so anyway, yeah, I mean, you had that. I don't know, and then you had this huge fight at the end, which was kind of.
It kind of reminds me of Red Sun. It's just like, let's stuff all this story together.
It also reminded me of Gotham by Gaslight. But I thought that was done better. I like Gotham by Gaslight. I think it repurposes the characters better. Like, you have Poison Ivy, who you're like, okay, so you're Poison Ivy just because. And the same thing with Barbara Gordon. You're Barbara Gordon because I thought at first I was like, okay, you know, did they gender swap not Doctor Strange, but Hugo Strange, because they had mentioned Hugo Strange, and we're like, okay, are we gonna see him?
I wasn't sure if that was Barbara. I kind of figured it was. I just wasn't.
Kind of guessed, but it was, and it
wasn't until Batman said Barbara.
Yeah. Finally, it's like, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's Barbara.
Trigger word, keyword.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, all in all, at the end of the day, this would not end up on my shelf. I
can go without it. It's definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, I mean,
especially Batman becoming a bat
was cool, but it was like Etrigan. They put him in that bottle, and then Batman could have taken him out of the bottle like earlier, but he was like, I'm just gonna leave him in there. He could help me, but not really. I don't care, you know. And I'm gonna become a bat.
Yeah.
And then
it was just such a strange thing.
It was weird, man. I don't know. I can't recommend this movie as far as like a purchase, but I mean, it's worth a watch, I guess, if you're a Batman fan. I mean, and maybe if you're a fan of the comic book that it's adapted from, and you just want to kind of see that's cool. I mean, it's worth a watch. Is it great?
I definitely feel like it's a lot, and it's a lot packed into this film. It's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
So,
and the way it ends is just like he's a bat, and he's still a bat, and he's
forever a bat.
Forever a bat. And he's just like he's in a belfry.
I think I was a bigger fan of Gods and Monsters with Kirk Langstrom's Batman over this one, where he's a vampire instead of
yeah.
I'm a bigger fan of that for sure than this. I don't know. This was just weird.
It started off. It was interesting because you're like, okay, is this in the 1930s through the 40s? Where are we placing?
I figured Batman would be investigating this, not taking part in magical things.
I don't know. What else is there to say? But the Batmobile was very underwhelming. It was just one of those racers from back in the day, like I guess in the 1920s or whatever. It was just a single seater.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, you really didn't do anything with it anyway. And
the outfit for Batman was cool. I liked it. I dug it. I thought it was really dope.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I didn't care. It didn't bother me either. It was Batman, recognizably. I think they could have done a lot more, but I don't know how true of an adaptation it is because I never read that comic and I'm not familiar with it. So we went into this kind of like blind as a bat.
Blind as a bat.
And yes. So anyway, so what do you guys think of it? We'd like to know. And I mean, I don't know. For an animated movie, it was all right.
Oh, what would you rate it out of 10?
Oh God, out of 10?
Mine would be a 3.
No. I give it a solid 5.
5?
Yeah, because it's worth a watch, but it's not worth a purchase.
It's
not. I would never buy this movie. I would never recommend anybody spend money on this.
It's honestly forgettable for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you have HBO Max, then just
when this comes to HBO Max,
boom.
Check it out. Go for it.
Check it out.
Other than that,
enjoy.
Look for the next thing, man. This isn't it. Move along. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess that's the review. Let us know what you guys think of it. If you have read the comic and are familiar with Batman versus. What was it?
Batman, the Doom that came to Gotham.
The Doom that came to Gotham.
Well, it's Batman versus Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, that's it, yeah. So if you're familiar with that, and this is a great adaptation, then I would definitely like to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I had a bigger time. I had a much more enjoyable time with Superman Red Sun over this.
Sure.
And that's kind of jam packed too, but it didn't feel that packed. It was still a better story by far.
Right. So that's kind of it for the review, and we'll see you guys next time. Leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and check out our TeePublic as well as
Become a Patreon.
Teespring. Become a Patreon. Yeah, become a Patreon. We appreciate it, and I guess that's it.
That's it.
Y'all have a great night, and
Zeeverfett
we'll see you next time.
signing off.
Okay, that didn't do it. Okay, hold on.